Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella.
Good morning. Our guest for today is the 36th Secretary of the Department of National Defense, retired Major General Delfin Lorenzana. He's a member of the Philippine Military Academy Class 73. He earned his postgraduate degree of Master's in Business Administration from the Ateneo. In 2001, he served as a commander of the Special Operations Command of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and from 2002 to 2004, he served as Defense and Armed Forces Attaché. After this post at the Philippine Embassy in Washington, he then served as a Special Presidential Representative for Veterans Affairs from 2004 to 2015. He helped implement the Philippine campaign in securing veterans' benefits for our soldiers who served in the U.S. Army in the Second World War. He was also awarded the Presidential Legion of Honor and the USA Legion of Merit. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Secretary Delfin Lorenzana.
Thank you, Secretary Ernie. Good morning. Good morning, sir. My first foray into this area. Yeah.
Sir, would you like any opening statements, sir?
Yeah, I'm here on the invitation of Secretary Abella to talk about some current issues, especially the hottest issue now is the lifting of our ceasefire and the termination of the peace talks. And with the instruction of the President that the ceasefire has been, or the peace talk has been terminated, then our soldiers have gone back and started preparing for the inevitable conflict, armed conflict with the CPP-NPA. And in fact, there were already sporadic skirmishes for the past 2 days, especially in Mindoro and also in Mindanao. And so with that as a background, I am open for any questions.
Lala Salaveria.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, clarification lang, have you started actually arresting the freed consultants? Because according to them, wala pang formal notice of the termination of the peace talk. So can you actually move to arrest them?
What could be more formal announcement of the termination of the peace talks than the statement of the President? Kung hinihintay nila siguro yung black and white, ewan ko kung darating pa yon. But the fact is, the President came on national TV saying that wala na, tapos na yung peace talks. I'm recalling all my people back home if they are abroad. And he said that arestuin daw yung mga pinakawalan para makipag-usap sa gobyerno. Now, have we started arresting them? No, we have not. But nagkataon lang na mayroon silang inaresto kahapon or the other day. A person in Toril who was a warrant of arrest for murder. Kaya nagkataon na kasama niya si Arbitrario that was part of the negotiations last October. Last October, he was part of the NDF negotiating panel. Kasama siya. So, nandiyan pa. We are still holding him now because we don't know what to do with him. Kung pakawalan man natin siya o hindi. We are still awaiting some word from maybe from the Secretary of Justice or from Secretary Bello, who is also a member of the government panel.
Sir, have you given specific instructions to your men to arrest these consultants when you see them? May specific instructions?
Wala nam yes, in a way, yes, I did because we are just following the order of the President na pag dumating sila rito, pag nakita sila, they will be arrested. That's why I've talked to Secretary Doresa. Sabi ko, kung pwede yung mga nandyan, they will turn themselves in so that they will be treated accordingly na hindi yung habol-habulin sila. Mabuti pa siguro dahil sa kung arestuhin sila, you should be better na i-turn in nila yung sarili nila. Yun din ang rekomendasyon ni General Anyo when he was appraised of the demand of the NDF that since that they cannot be re-arrested because of the JASIG. But a while ago, I and the Secretary Abilia had been discussing this. I think they are not covered by the JASIG because according to the President, lahat ng they were set free for the purpose of talking, peace talks, ay hindi naman JASIG yung basis niyan for releasing them, but for the peace talks. But since the peace talk is already terminated, di wala nang basis sila na na free sila. So they could be arrested. That's what I understand from the president's instruction.
Last na from you. Do you know if these consultants are already back in the Philippines? Specifically the Chamsons, do you know if they're here?
No, we do not. We do not know if they are already back home. Yeah.
Raymond Tinasa, Bombo Radio.
So, good noon. Sir, may we know, I understand the President mentioned previously that he is not authoritarian and he will get the feedback or recommendations from the government officials. I understand you and the other concerned officials mentioned last week that you will not recommend the lifting of the ceasefire. So, may we know, sir, if what could have been the basis or to whom did the President get the recommendation to finally lift the ceasefire?
I think that was his own decision based on what happened on the ground. You remember when during the anniversary of the 4th Infantry Division in Cagayan de Oro, the guests were me and Secretary Doreza. After the event, we went on television when we were interviewed by the media, and we agreed that, in fact, we came in on, we said that we will recommend the continuance of our ceasefire because ang reasoning ko doon is that we should show the moral yung advantage or ascendancy na kahit na tumigil sa pagpatuloy natin, hoping that when our ceasefire continues, then peace talks will continue also. That was noon time of February 1st. Nung hapon na yon, they killed 3. The murder, actually, murder yun kasi 73 bullets ang tumama sa isang sundalo. And then they also abducted 3 more soldiers there in Caraga region and 2 in Sultan Kudarat. I think that broke the camel's back. Siguro na si Presidente, and because of those, sabi niya, namamatay na ko ng sundalo, di itigil na lang natin. I think that was the reason why he already came out and said, tigil na natin yung talks, yung peace talks, umuwi na kayo dito.
Sir, last 2 points. Sir, may na-receive na ba kayo na feelers from these 10 top NDF consultants for their surrender? And what could be the standing order if they resist arrest?
It will be dependent on the people on the ground. Hindi na namin sasabihin kung anong gagawin nila. They know what to do already. They've been doing this job for a long time. But if there are feelers that they are going to surrender, then we will accept them and we will treat them accordingly, granting them special privileges because they are also, they've been talking peaceful with us for quite some time already.
Dexter Ganibe.
Sec, good afternoon.
Yes.
Sir, balikan lang natin noong nakaraan na yung mga leaders ng CPP and PNDF na pinakawalan they are out dahil sa bail at may desisyon ang bawat korte sa kanilang pag-release. Tama po?
Is that true? May bail at saka ano? Itong leaders na
yung mga leaders,
those who were involved in the peace talks?
Yes, sir. And kung hindi ako nagkakamali, may mga sinet ang korte na nagpapalabas sa kanila ng date kung hanggang kailan lang sila nakalabas. Mayroon nga nung nakaraan hanggang November lang ng 2016. Would you know kung ito ay na-extend o kung hanggang kailan ang extension ng itong mga leader na nakalabas?
No, I
At
don't.
may ginawa ba ang department para i-follow up kung nag-expire na yung binigay ng korte sa kanila?
No, I don't know that. I have no knowledge of that. I'll check into that also. Yeah.
Kasi sir, kung ganun na kung halimbawa pinigyan sila ng korte na ma-extend ng hanggang March or hanggang April, maaari na ba silang arestuhin habang hawak nila yung court decision na they can be out temporarily until
if they can show proof of that, then I think we will honor that. We will honor any court order for that matter. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Ina Andulong. on peace talks, to be followed by Henry Uri, and then Benji and Joseph Morong.
Sir, sinabi niyo kanina that you're out to arrest the NPA consultants,
Yes,
but you
yes.
also said that Mr. Arbitrario, you don't know what to do with him, kaya hinawakan niyo muna. So ano po ba talaga? I thought you were out to arrest. So why are you not saying
Yeah,
that
so
he's been
in
arrested?
effect, she is now under arrest. And we will wait for some instruction from higher ups kung ano gagawin sa kanya. Kung sinabi nila na meron silang palugit before they will be arrested, then we will follow whatever order comes from higher headquarters.
And just categorically, sir, they are placed under arrest for what? Etong si Mr. Arbitrario.
Because kasama niya itong kasama niya yung murderer yung hindi nga he was in the company of this guy who was being arrested for some crimes. Kasama siya doon. Nalaman na lang namin na siya pala si arbitraryo. Hindi naman kasi sa target eh. So kasama siya doon. So is being held now by the CIDG, yung police sa Davao City. And anyway, we will resolve this soon kung anong gagawin sa kanya.
So you're saying right now he's not arrested for upon the president's directive?
Hindi,
because of-
nasama lang siya doon sa arrest kayo sa kasama niya. Oo.
Okay. Wait.
Associating with the suspect sa murder siguro.
So, sorry sir, but it's contradictory to what you said that you're also out to arrest the NPA consultants.
Kung makita namin sila, makita mo yung mga sila Chamson, then we will be arresting them kasi kilala namin sila si Chamson eh. Oo.
Okay.
Oo.
Sir, dun po sa sinabi niyo rin kanina that posibleng, na wala pa pong formal order, but didn't you yourself ask for a formal order when the president actually verbally gave the directive to cancel the ceasefire?
Give me directive sa
Apa,
akin.
hindi, nung in-announce po ng Pangulo verbally that he's lifting the ceasefire before actually implementing that, I believe, sir, you sought a formal directive. So now that he's saying that the peace talks are canceled,
Order na yun eh.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Henry Uri.
Secretary, ikinukonsidera ba ninyo na malaking seguridad ng New People's Army?
Yes. Malaking banta sila sa seguridad ng Pilipinas, yung New People's Army. Dahil sa mga ginagawa nila sa mga barangays, trying to consolidate barangays, threatening them, they continue to extort money from businessmen especially in the south, yung mga minahan dyan, plantations, any businessman that you can, contractors, mga contractor ng mga kalsada. We know somebody who's been paying 2% of the gross cost of their projects to the NPA. So threat sila kasi they can, they are there. They can always launch attacks to our troops. Nakita naman ninyo kung gaano nila atakihin yung, for instance, dyan sa Batangas, pinasok nila yung isang resort dyan under the guise of the military. And ito yung kinakatakutan namin dyan sa defense, saka sa AFP, that they can just go inside an area and then just get away and then melt into the countryside. So they are a threat actually.
Sa mga malalayong lugar, lalo sa mga liblib na lugar, itong mga NPA na ito kadalasang tumutuloy, lalo pag gabi sa mga bahay-bahay ng mga inosenteng sibilyan na wala hong magawa kundi tanggapin sila pagkat sila ay natatakot din. Paano ho kaya ito? Ano ho ang gagawin ng mga sibilyang yon na para hindi ho sila malagay sa balag ng alanganin, Secretary?
Well, they will continue to do what they've been doing to accommodate these people dahil wala naman silang magagawa. Kung tanggihan nila, baka naman sila ay masaktan o magawan sila ng hindi maganda. So, be hospitable. Yun naman ang ating ugaling Pilipino. Kung mayroong gustong makituloy sa atin, we will let them in for a while. Kaya lang, kung minsan itong mga taong to palagi na lang tumutuloy doon, nahihirapan din yung mga barangay. Kaya nga, meron tayong mga project, yung barangay programs natin, kaya yung mga turupan natin pupunta sa barangay to look into the conditions of the barangay people, find out what they need, and then maybe bring the government, pandayan, mga grupo ng government, like local government officials, DOH, to bring services to the barangay. Ito yung mga ina-accuse kami ng NPA na encroaching on the barangays na allegedly control nila. 500 daw ito all over the country. But I think it's not true that they control this barangay dahil kung siguro kung mag-referendum tayo sa mga barangay nila, they will be rejected by the barangay people. Takot lang sila, kaya akala nila, control nila.
Wala ho ba kayong planong buhayin yung CHDF, yung Civilian Home Defense Force?
Wala na kasi medyo masama yung nangyari sa CHDF noon. It was abused by not by the local officials kung sino man nag-ano doon, and they were used to further ends of some people. Ito ngayon ginagawa, yung CAFGO is a very good system ito. Ito good idea ito. It's a good plan to pull together people, yung mga able-bodied men sa mga barangays, and then kukontrolin pa rin yan ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Meron silang cadre to control their actions, and they can secure their barangays. Yun ang ating gagawin siguro.
So, Secretary, linawin lang namin, ang sinasabi ninyo, pwedeng patuloyin paminsan-minsan lang yung mga NPA sa mga bahay-bahay, pero kung ito ho ay madalas na, kailangan lang isumbong sa inyo, ganun ho ba?
kahit na isang bisis lang, pwede rin isambong sa amin para malaman namin ng mga ginagawa ng mga NPA sa barangay. Hindi ko naman sinasabing patuloy nyo, tuloy-tuloy. It's just call yan. It's the call of the household kung patuloy nila o hindi. Bahala. That's their call.
Alright.
Thank you. Benji Liwanag, peace talks pa rin. Joseph Morong, Marlon, and then Pia. Puro peace talks. And Ted.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, tinawag po ng Pangulong terorista na itong grupo ng New People's Army. Well, on the part of the Defense Department, inano na po ba ninyo all-out war with this terrorist group?
Yes, it is an all-out war kasi they are considered by the President already as terrorists. We also consider them as terrorists. Ano bang pagkakaiba nila sa Abu Sayyaf? Abu Sayyaf kidnap people and they get money. The NPA will threaten those businessmen and also get money. There's no difference at all. They're there to terrorize people to giving them money. That's extortion. So we will hunt them down and maybe stop them from doing what they are doing.
Sir, pinaparatangan din kayo kasi yung IPSP Bayanihan tapos na. Meron kayong phase 2 on this IPSP, which is iba naman yung pangalan. Ito ro po yung ginagamit na front ng Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Defense Department para lalo silang labanan. Ano po ang masasabi ninyo rito, Secretary?
These are actually legitimate plans. Ito ginawa namin ng Armed Forces to Defense para tulungan yung mga barangay. Yung IPSP na yun, yung bayanihan na yan, is a very good program actually. In fact, the NPA resisted this IPSP all over the country. Yung sa Samar nga, ang sumbong sa akin ng gobernador, sabi niya, hindi makapasok yung IPSP kung walang sundalo. Kasi nga, the NPA there, the NPA people there are also trying to resist yung inroads ng IPSP. Ngayon, meron kaming bagong program that replace IPSP, bayanihan. Yung tawag naming, kapayapaan, hindi ko alam yung pangalan niya. But this is still to bring the social services to closer to the Filipino people sa mga barangay, especially mga far-flung barangays.
Sir, mamaya cabinet meeting, kung matatanong kayo, are you in favor of back channeling dito with the rebel groups? Ano po masasabi niyo?
Oh yes, I am in favor of that. Anything that will further peace in our country, I am in favor of that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Joseph Morong.
Sir, magandang hapon po.
Magandang hapon naman.
Sir, if it wasn't, I don't know if I caught you correctly, no, but you said that it wasn't the JASIC that was the basis for the release of the consultants?
Yeah, that's what I know.
If it wasn't the JASIC, sir, what was the basis of the
I
bail?
think the basis
Yeah.
for that is I think the government went to the Justice Department and asked for mabigyan
Cancel
sila ng
to bail.
ng bail to go out and meet with the government panel for the peace talks abroad.
But not under the regime of the JASIC, sir.
I don't think so. I don't think Justice
Why
was-
so, sir?
I do not know. I do not know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is if they're going to be arrested, what will be the basis po?
Well, for crimes that they were charged before. You remember?
You're going to refile the cases?
The champion couple were actually under detention.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for crimes against the republic, whatever, inciting rebellion, whatever. Hindi ko alam yung specific charge.
Opo.
So, hindi naman nawala yung kasalanan nila. Hindi naman sila binigyan ng amnesty.
Correct, sir.
They were not given amnesty to get out or to be released on amnesty. Wala yun eh. Or pardon, whatever. So kung wala na yung basis ng kanilang temporary liberty, so they should be going back to under the custody of the government.
Meaning cancel bail po.
Yeah, kasi sinabi ng Presidente, cancel na yung kanilang they will be arrested again eh.
So has the Department of Justice, sir, informed the local courts?
Oh, I don't know. We're not familiar of that. Yeah.
Sir, okay. Just one last point. The president calling the NPA and the members terrorists, sir. This is just rhetoric, or does it have an effect in law in terms of activating the Human Security Act? Meaning, we can go after the supporters of the NPA, not only of the core leaders and all that.
Hindi pa namin pinag-usapan yan. Hindi pa namin pinag-usapan. Maybe later on when we talk to him again. Yeah. Talk to the
Okay, thank
President
you,
again.
Joseph.
Thank you, sir.
Marlon, to be followed by Pia, then Ace, and then Dreo.
Magandang tanghali po, Secretary.
Magandang hali naman.
SNP, kung now that you have declared an all-out war against the NPAs, will you be deploying more soldiers to go after the communist insurgents?
No, because some of the soldiers that were addressing them before were brought to Basilan and Holo in Central Mindanao. I think we have sufficient troops naman sa ground, in Caraga, Southern Mindanao, and in other places to address this issue. Meron pa naman tayong tropa doon eh. And if we can, maybe if there's a need, we may be transferring other troops from Luzon to areas that need these troops more.
Sir, in the past, yung all-out war ng government against the NPAs have been marred by human rights abuses. Ngayon po, can you assure the public, the Filipino people,
We will see to
this
it that
time
those abuses will not be committed again. No, it's bad for the image of the military. Alam mo, nawawalan ng credibility yung military pagka umaabuso sila. And we try to avoid that. I've been a commander before on the ground, and did not want to prevent my people from doing those. I really punish them, discharge them, or bring them to court kung mayroong gumagawa ng ganun.
Sir, kanina po, binanggit niyo po, you have already spoken with Secretary Doresa. Did you also seek out Secretary Bello, the lead government
Yeah, I was
negotiator?
trying to call him a while ago when I was coming here, pero hindi ko siya makontak eh. I think his phone is also very busy. Mukhang marami rin siyang kinakausap. But I'll talk to him again after this. Yeah.
Last na po. Sir, yung earlier po, binanggit niyo yung arrest ni Arbitrario. Was he arrested by the soldiers, by the military officers?
Iya, na-checkpoint siya doon sa Toril eh. Na-checkpoint siya dahil but itong anyway, ang naka-checkpoint naman sa kanya mga pulis at saka joint ng checkpoint ng pulis at saka army. Kaya ko nalaman dahil yung nakahuli, nag-report kagad sa akin. Sabi niya, sir, meron kami nahuli rito, one was accused of warrant of arrest for murder. Pero may kasama siya, yung si Arbitrario. Sabi ko, okay, let's hold him first and we will seek clarification if he should be arrested or not. But since mayroon ng order si Presidente na arestuhin yung mga leaders ng kabila na nakipag-usap sa panel natin, hawakan niyo muna and we will get some direction from higher headquarters.
Sir, how do you respond to insinuations that the military is out to actually sabotage the peace negotiations between the CPP and
No,
the
we did
government
not.
party?
In fact, alam nyo, I really want peace. I've been fighting this since I was a lieutenant in 1973. Hanggang nag-retire ako, hanggang ngayon, retired na ako na matagal. We're still here. We want peace. We do not want to sabotage it. We support the peace process that was initiated by the President. Suporta kami dyan. We are not sabotaging. Yung accusation ni Mr. Halandoni na rub out na yung tatlo, it's not true. Because the day after, Alan Juanito, the spokesperson of the North Central Committee ng NPA, went on media. Sabi niya, they were the ones who accosted the three soldiers riding in 2 motorcycles at nanlaban daw. Kaya nila pinagbabaril. But these people are only armed with 45. Security nila eh. And I know for a fact that a lot of soldiers were accosted by NPA before. Hindi naman sila lumaban kung wala silang laban. Maraming na-hostage ang NPA noon. In fact, for the past couple of days, maraming silang na-hostage. Hindi na nalaban ng sundalo pag alam nilang NPA yung they will not. They will just surrender because they know they will be returned sometime in the future. But to be shot more than 60 times per soldier, that is too much. Sila, and now, here comes Mr. Landoni saying na rub out para masabotage yung pistol. That's, I think, very ingenious for him to say that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Pia, to be followed by Ted Tuvera, then Reo.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, just to set the record straight, were you recommending to the president that he maintain the government ceasefire? Because I remember there was a joint statement between you and Secretary Dureza that you both recommended
Yes,
the maintenance.
we did.
So, sir, why did you recommend it, and what do you feel now that that the president decided against your advice?
Well, kaya namin ni-recommend. Nag-usap kami ni Secretary Dureza, sabi niya, mabuti siguro i-recommend natin na mag-establish tayo ng ceasefire natin. Huwag na tayong mag-lift ng ceasefire so that we maintain yung ating advantage over the CPP-NPA. Yan ang aming sinabi sa media. We are recommending. In fact, the same recommendation was transmitted by Secretary Dureza to the President through text. But I believe that the President was willing to continue with the ceasefire. If not for that incident yung pinatay yung 3 sundalo. Yun kasi yung parang naging last straw na niloloko niyo ako. Hindi pa effective yung ceasefire niyo. Pumapatayan na kayo ng mga sundalo. 1 lieutenant in Davao Oriental. Then 3 soldiers here. Tapos kidnapping goes on. Burning of equipment goes on. Walang patid dyan. Agaw na mga baril dito sa Batangas. Continue sila. When their ceasefire is still in effect.
Sir, from the time that the NPA announced it was lifting its ceasefire to the time the president announced he was lifting the government ceasefire, would you know who he consulted with in those 2 days?
I don't think the President will consult any of us na sasabihin na tatanungin pa. Nakikita naman yung nangyayari. He gets reports. First hand, second hand, or palagi pumunta sa kanya. Marami nag-report sa kanya. I report to him. The intelligence people report to him. The local officials report to him. And all, maybe the cabinet members who are knowledgeable about what's happening on the ground report to him. So I think hindi na kailangan mangonsulta pa siya. He knows what's happening on the ground. You know, he has been hands-on when he was a mayor. In fact, I remember when I was the battalion commander in Davao City when he first won as a mayor. We went around almost every day sa mga barangay. Ganun siya ka-hands-on. And he knows what's happening on the ground.
Sir, would you know if anyone from the CPP reached out to him in a last-ditch effort to maintain the government ceasefire?
I don't know. Wala, hindi ko alam. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Pia. Ted Tuvera.
Sir, good afternoon po. Sir, una po, kasi usually pag pumunta si Presidente sa mga kampo at lagi niyang sinasabi sa mga speeches niya na alam niyang may mga sundalo na hindi in favor dun sa pakikipag-usap niya, sa pakikipagkaibigan niya sa mga komunista. Sir, kasi kiniklaim ngayon ng ibang mga left-wing groups na the military pressured him na talikuran yung pakikipag-usap, yung peace talk sa CPP-NPA. How do you react to this, sir?
Yeah, I heard that also. Kasi kung minsan katabi niya ako, sinasabi niya na baka ayaw ninyo itong gagawin ko. No, but it's not true. We support him. We support whatever he does. He's the commander-in-chief. Lahat yan. I have not heard any soldier or officer said na, sir, mali yung ginagawa ni President. No, I have not heard that. They support everything that he said. You know. Siguro ano lang yun. Parang niya. I think he's just saying na, I'm doing something that might be unacceptable to some of you, pero hindi eh. It's just ano lang siguro niya yun, haka-haka lang niya yun na he's just playing safe also that baka mayroong mga nag-uupo sa kanya. But no, the AFP is solidly behind him, whatever he does, especially sa peace process. Now that he has he has stopped the peace talks, we also support him.
Sir, another question. Kasi you're saying na you're launching an all-out war against the NPA. naging, ito na po yung laging sinasabi ng AFP years before and maybe administrations ago na back, na sinasabi nilang they will finish the NPA. May target po kayo, sir, na tapusin or...
No, I think yung all-out war na yan, it's become overused word, yung all-out war. Hindi naman. I think all-out war is, if you look at the proper definition of all-out war that was used by some armies before, all-out war is pati yung support nila. Patayin mo yan. When during the American Civil War, pati yung mga farmers na sinunog lahat yung mga barns yan para walang support yung kalaban. You're not going into that. Ang sinasabi ng all-out war is to targetin na namin yung mga armed component. Hindi naman namin targetin yung mga peaceful, loving supporters nila dyan na nagpa-farming. Hindi naman sila gagalawin. It's only the armed component that we are going after because they are the ones who can go around and intimidate people, yung may armas.
Pero sir, may target po kayo, sir, kung kailan?
I'm not going to give any target because masurog tayo dyan because there's been said many times before na wala namang nangyari. So,
Sir, last from my
yes.
part. Sir, kasi mamaya may cabinet meeting and there were recommendees by the NDF, DSWD, tsaka si DAR Secretary. Sir, would you recommend na i-bar na sila from joining the cabinet?
No. No. Personally, I believe they're doing their job very well. Sika Tagualo, si Mariano, I believe they are doing very well. And meron silang passion on what they're doing, and that's what we need in the cabinet, people who are passionate in what they do. And wala naman akong nakitang mali silang ginagawa. They're doing what that is in support of what the government wants, what the president wants.
Okay, thank you, Ted. Last two questions about peace talks. Dreo Calonso and then Rose Novenario. Thank you.
Hey, sir, quick clarification lang po. Sir, how big is the force is the NPA now?
Well, according to the armed forces, siguro mga about 5,000 armed component yan all over the country. Yeah.
Sir, zoom out lang po, big picture. It was only 6 months ago that the president devoted the last part of his SONA calling for a ceasefire peace with the communists, and now here we are. He has walked away from the peace talks and then lifted the truce. So are you satisfied with the direction the president is taking, and how would you assess his performance over the past 6 months as commander-in-chief po?
He was actually, he did very well as a commander-in-chief in president. Kasi very focused sa kanyang ginagawa. One on drugs, and also the peace process is actually one of his campaign promise to talk to the rebels. No? Isa yan Kaya nga, he was very intent on pursuing the peace process with the CPP-NPA. Ngayon, sa tingin ko, he was very disappointed with the other side because without giving anything, they keep asking for concessions from the president. Nakawala yung mga leaders nila, talks were going on, and some of the people that they wanted to be released, nirelease na yung mga elderly at saka mga sickly. But you know, sabi ni Presidente, if you want the 400 people to be released, then give me something. Bilateral ceasefire naman hinihingi yata niya ni Presidente. Bilateral ceasefire that may mechanism to check yung mga violations ng both sides, di ba? Because yung unilateral kasi walang check and balance yan Parang sa amin to, sa inyo yan. Makanya. What our panel was trying to get during this coming talk sana is a bilateral ceasefire with all the mechanisms so that people can implement it on the ground. Yun lang hinihingi ni Presidente, ayaw nyo lang ibigay. But they want the 400 plus people to be released immediately. But sabi ni Presidente, I'm not going to do that because maubusan na ako ng baraha. Parang pag naubos. Ang sabi niya, anong kasiguruhan ko na after ma-release ko yung 400 plus, ipagpatuloy pa rin nila yung peace talks? None. Because the other side has not given us some semblance of siguro sincerity na gusto talaga nila ipagpatuloy yung peace talks.
Okay, thank you, Dreo. Rose Novenario. Last question, si Ace Romero. Sorry, nalampasan kita.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, ano po yung, maliban po sa military action, suportado po ba ng Department of National Defense yung economic reforms at political reforms na isinusulong po sa peace talks?
Hindi ko pa kasi nakita kung ano yung mga sinusulong nila eh. But if it benefits our country and our people, I would support it. Why not?
Follow-up question po. Since sa February 10 pa po ang effectivity ng lifting ng unilateral ceasefire ng CPP-NPA, may nakikita po ba kayong posibilidad na maari pa pong magkasundo muli at bumalik sa nego table para pag-usapan yung bilateral ceasefire agreement?
Oh yes, because the President din naman sinasara ni Presidente yung pintuan eh. Sabi niya, if there is compelling reason to go back to the peace process, then we'll go back. So hindi sarado, hindi naman to tinaga sa bato na hindi na pwede. Hindi eh. So the government is open. That's what I see in the pronouncement of the President when he said if there is compelling reason to go back to the negotiating table, then we'll go back.
Thank you po.
Okay, thank you, Ace Romero. Thank you.
Secretary, balikan ko lang yung sa cabinet members associated with the left because Oplan Kapayapaan involves the delivery of basic services to our
right.
people. But then some of these people associated with the left are involved in these services, yung DSWD, agrarian reform. Do you think may effect yung nangyaring ito doon sa delivery ng services?
Well, if they keep on delivering the services to the people and helping the government, I don't see any reason why they cannot continue.
So you don't see them,
I don't see them as a threat actually.
Tuloy pa rin yung
Tuloy pa rin
kanilang
yun.
service despite
Yeah.
this development.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yung 5,000 po na binanggit nyo kanina, previously or years back, I think the AFP already claimed that the strength of the NPA is down to around 4,000 na lang. But then you said now that it's 5,000.
Well,
Why
ano
did
yan
it
eh?
increase?
Yeah. Katulad nung nakaraan ngayon, meron na naman sila nakuha mga baril dyan sa Batangas. Increase naman yung arm component nila. We are looking at the arm component lang yan arm component. So they can also acquire firearms anywhere by buying or by yung ginagawa nilang agaw armas. And we still have those losses in our inventory. So lumalaki yan. Lumalaki. Depende sa mga armas na nakukuha nila.
May surge ba ng recruitment ng NPA?
Yes, there was. Nung nag-ceasefire tayo, meron silang surge ng recruitment. That's what we heard from our people on the ground. Kaya nga, hindi nila malaman for a while kung anong gagawin nila. Sir, anong gagawin namin? Naka-standby kami. Samantalang yung kabila naman pala ang recruit nila sa mga barangays. Sabi ko, just continue with what you're doing. Law enforcement operations nyo dyan. Go after the lawless elements, yung mga magnanakaw, whatever crimes, yung mga petty crimes dyan. Tulungan natin yung mga police. That's
so
what
is it
we're doing.
safe to say that the issue of the peace process is being used to, or being taken advantage of to recruit members?
Yes, they use that. It's true. It was proven by in Davao Oriental. Talagang ganun ang ginawa nila. We got a lot of text from the tribal leaders. Nandito iniipon kami in the guise of talking about the peace process, but yung pala ang mga NPA mga kaharap nila hindi naman military.
Okay, thank you, Ace Romero. Thank you, Defense Secretary Delphine Lorenzana. Thank you.
Sir, may order na si President. Kaya pa, sir, di ba?
Kaya ano?
Other issues.
Yeah, sige.
Sir, di ba nanghihingi kayo kay Presidente ng order para to run after the rogue cops?
Yes,
formally?
because
Meron na?
ang my concern is that the armed forces is not legally clothed to enforce yung law enforcement duties. Wala kaming police powers eh. So we cannot you cannot arrest people eh. You cannot arrest people.
So, sir, hihingi pa kayo or talagang walang
Humihingi pa kami.
Use the microphone,
I think
please.
the executive
microphone.
secretary is coming up with some executive order
Joseph,
to cover that. Yeah.
Sir, isa na lang, kasi kanina binanggit ho ninyo yung all-out war. Tapos doon sa tanong ni Rose, sabi ninyo, open pa rin ang government. Ano ho talaga? May all-out war ba tayo o wala?
I think the all-out war, sabi ko nga kanina, is overused term that we should not be using. Yung all-out war kasi na yan is wala kang kukunin, no prisoners, everything will be destroyed around your path. Parang lahat ng daanan mo yan, destroyed yan. Yun ang all-out war. Sa army, sa military naman, we are just going after the armed component of the New People's Army. Yung lang may armas na pwede nilang gamitin panggulo.
So normal military operations against them?
Yes.
No all-out war?
No all-out war. Yeah.
No.
I'll go back. I correct myself. Kasi kayo nag-unang sumami ng all-out war. Yung sa kabila. Yeah, sound
Marlon
bites.
Ramos, go.
Oh.
Marlon Ramos.
Sir, other issues. Ayun, okay. Taking it back.
Yeah, yung all-out war natin is for the armed component lang. Still all-out war for the armed component.
Yes.
Hindi yung all-out war, the real meaning of all-out war is lahat. Pati civilian kuha yan, kuha yan. No.
No,
Okay,
all-out
Marlon.
war. There's all-out war
Marlon.
Against the
NPA.
armed component. Yeah.
There's all-out war.
Marlon.
Sir, yung ano lang, the secretary.
Okay na?
Secretary,
Okay, thank
No,
isa
sir,
na lang.
Marlon Ramos po. Sir, may Marlon Ramos pa.
Napainom tuloy ng tubig. Sir, isa na lang.
Isa na lang,
Sir,
sir.
yung kwan lang, yung huli pong press ko natin dun sa Malacanang po ng isang linggo, wherein the President disclosed that the U.S. forces are unloading arms. Ano po ba talaga yung totoo?
I think he was, alam ko kung saan nakuha ni Presidente yung information niya, but I corrected it. I talked to him. Sabi ko, Mr. President, first, there was no construction yet sa mga EDCA camps. Wala pa eh. It will be constructed sometime later this year or next year. Pangalawa ka ako, it's not allowed sa ating agreement. There will be no stockpiling of weapons or anything that could be used for war games. Pag pumunta sila rito, they can use the facilities, mga barracks. They will put up kasi yung barracks na malaki na pwede rin natin gamitin. Joint use ito eh. And then they will put up parang yung fuel tank para sa mga gamit nilang aeroplano at saka yung mga vehicles nila. Now, most of the equipment that we'll be bringing here are for humanitarian assistance and disaster response. Yung mga rubber boats, alam niyo na, yung mga gagamitin natin. And they are strategically located around the country. Isa sa Lumbia Airport, isa dito sa Magsaysay, din sa may sa Palawan. Because these are the areas na magagamit natin kung nandun yung mga sakura o yung mga calamities, we can easily use those equipment that will be used there. Yun lang. When they come here for exercise, they will bring their rifles and their ammunition for firing. When they leave, they will bring all those weapons with them back to the United States and leave yung barracks lang, saka yung mga equipment na pwede nilang iwanan dito. Nagagamitin nila next time na pumunta sila rito or if there are calamities that we are addressing.
But moments before that, Secretary, you were with the President in a command conference. So hindi po yun napag-usapan. It was
Hindi namin napag-usapan yun. Because from the command conference, we went up sa upper floor ng Malacanang and we were sitting beside each other. And bigla na lang lumabas yung statement ni Presidente na gano'n. But a couple of days later, I corrected it with him. And sabi niya, okay. So I actually asked his decision kung tuloy pa natin yung EDCA na construction or not. Sabi niya, sige, ituloy natin pero be sure na walang mga stockpiling ng mga ammunition dyan.
Did the President believe your information?
I think he did.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Marlon Ramos. Thank you, Defense Secretary Delphine Lorenzana, Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella.
Good morning. Shifting the attention. Pag-asa gets 2 Doppler radars for Cagayan and Samar, which will be helpful and be used for monitoring and locating weather systems. Also, PRD's microfund program to pilot run this month from the DTI. We commend the Department of Trade and Industry in addressing the government's concern to get rid of 5-6 money lending system by launching the Pondo sa Pagbabago at Pag-aasenso program, P3, in the provinces of Mindanao, Sarangani, and Leyte. The amounts will be ranging from 5,000 to 300,000, which can be accessed by entrepreneurs at 26% per annum with no collateral requirements. Also, a Japanese bank is bullish on the Philippines. We are pleased by the bullish outlook expressed by the Bank of Tokyo, Mitsubishi UFJ Limited, Japan's largest bank on the Philippine economy. we're open to questions.
Pia Ranyada, kay spokesperson.
Good afternoon. Sir,
Yes.
just on the speech of the president last night when he said that he had to check up with his heart condition and then later on Secretary Martin Andanar said it was just a story. What is the official word of the palace on that, and is there more of an explanation of what exactly happened yesterday?
Let's go by what Sec Martin said.
Sir, no more other details aside from that one line?
Well, except that he said that he feels whatever any 72-year-old feels. So let's go by that. Nothing dramatic. Yeah.
Sir, is the president made aware that his public statements about his health generate a lot of interest, and so media will really write about what he says about his health, especially when he doesn't indicate that he was joking?
So your question is?
Has he been made aware of the interest his statements about his health generate?
He's generally aware of the interest that his statements make.
Has he
Thank
been
you.
told the consequences of him making jokes like that about his health?
Well, like he said, he has been informed several times, like for example, that he should read his statements, he should read his speeches, because as he said in his own words, he does tend to get emotional. But yes, he's generally aware of the interest that his statements make.
Okay.
Next question, please.
Manila Standard, please. Manila. I mean, follow-up ka.
So, sir, was there any checkup done yesterday? Categorically, checkup or not?
Well, like I said, categorically, let's go by what Sec Martin said, okay?
But it was very vague, sir.
It was very?
It's a very vague, I mean, just a story.
Use the microphone.
I will not
please,
say those
Joseph.
things. All I'm saying is that let's go by what Sec Martin said, all right? Thank you.
Okay. Miss Manila Standard, please. I mean, microphone, please, Pia.
Sir, just
Yes.
want to ask regarding the tax.
Business world.
Regarding the
tax
tax,
of idle lands,
Yes.
increasing the tax on idle lands. Is that going to be part of a priority legislation from the Duterte administration? Will be included in the LEDAC, or will the president just release an executive order? Can that be
Okay,
done?
I think that question will be better answered by Sec Sunny Dominguez, whom we expect to be here sometime this week or next week. Okay, all right.
Sir, also regarding the cabinet meeting later,
Yes.
what will be the agenda?
I don't have the list here right now, but it's household duty, household keeping. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. JP Bencito to be followed by Roscos, Joseph Morong, Tricia Macas, and then Marlon.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir. Good
So
afternoon.
si JP.
JP.
Sir, on the pronouncements of Secretary Gina Lopez to suspend and closure of mines, sir. Sir, do we support the pronouncement of the Secretary not to release the audit reports, which became her basis to suspend, close the mining?
I think that can be better addressed after this afternoon's cabinet meeting. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Sir, kasama po siya sa agenda, sir.
Kasama siya
Kasama yung mining sa agenda.
I think she'll be either she's part of it already or it'll come under other matters. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, last na lang po. Yung balik lang ako sa peace talks. Sir, there were agreements that were signed during the third round of peace talks.
Yes.
Will we honor yung mga lahat ng napirmahan dun sa third round?
Again, that should be referred to the cabinet meeting this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Those are matters of greater importance in my opinion. Thank you.
Roscos.
Peace talks din po, sir. Good afternoon po.
Yes.
Sir.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Sir, I believe
Yes.
po, last night nag-meet po ang Government Peace Panel para po magrekomenda kay Pangulong Duterte kung ipo-pursue yun pong peace talks. Nakarating na po ba kung ano yung recommendation ng Government Peace Panel?
Hindi pa po.
Okay po. Isa po sa mga napagkasundoan ng Government Peace Panel at NDFP noon pong peace talks sa Rome noon pong August ay kapag po magdi-disengage sa peace talks ay dapat pong may formal notification from the government na dapat pong sundin ng magkabilang panig. Ang reaction po ng Malacanang doon since tumanggi na ang Pangulo na magbigay ng formal notification po.
Ewan ko po kung tumanggi ang Pangulo na magbibigay ng formal announcement, but in the words of Sec. Del Lorenzana, his statement should suffice as a formal statement. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ross. Follow-up sa peace talks. Joseph Morong and Laila Salaveria.
Yes. Okay.
Sir, short question.
Yes.
Yung pong peace talks pag-usapan sa CAB's meeting later, no?
I think it may be touched on, yes.
Sir, itong declaration ni Presidente na he's terminating the peace talks, how is this going to affect the status of the left-leaning cabinet members?
Well, as Sec Del said, as far as we're concerned, up to this point, they're part of the cabinet.
Okay. Sir,
Yes.
last one question. If you're going to re-arrest sila Chamzon,
Terrorist group.
Yes.
Does it follow yung action dahil mga teroristang grupo, yung pag-freeze sa mga assets and bank accounts ng mga members nung dineklarang terrorist group?
Well, those are details that will have to be discussed. Okay. It's a general picture. The president is given. It's a general picture that he considers them as terrorist groups. All the other details will have to follow.
Tina Mendez.
Sir,
Yes.
as a follow-up, sir, can you please clarify the classification of the NPA right now? If I recall it right, during the time of President Arroyo, that the NPA was declared a terrorist organization. So, was it lifted or was it removed during the peace talks?
They were released. I don't know if in other words, they were recognized as people who could be, how do you put it? They were able to gain status to be able to negotiate with the GRP. Okay, so that's why they were able to go, and they were given provisional conduct passes, and they were able to join. Now, that was given as a court order. If and when then that is revoked, then they revert back to their terrorist status. I mean, to this, they will. I don't know if you call it revert, but they will, as the president has said, he considers them as a terrorist group.
But the NPA remained as a terror organization, nonetheless.
All throughout, you mean?
All throughout.
I-
Depending on yung personality-based, sir, yung release ng court, di ba?
Okay, I will check on that. Okay, we can check on that, please.
Last question, Marlon Ramos.
Now that you have said that Secretary Judy and Secretary Paeng are safe for now at least. dun sa
I said
position nila.
I did not say they were safe. I said that they're still
in the
cabinet. Yes, okay.
So are you
I think those are two different things. Okay.
So are you okay with meeting with somebody who were at least recommended or identified with a terrorist organization?
Am I comfortable with
Yes,
that?
the cabinet, the
In the
Duterte
cabinet?
administration.
We-
You have in your midst somebody who was was recommended by a terrorist organization.
Then we will simply have to go through the process until things are resolved.
Okay, last na talaga question. Joseph.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
until such time that the court cancels the bail, dun pa lang tayo makakapag-aresto ng mga NDF consultants, correct, sir?
Procedurally, yes.
So right now, if there is no bail for a cancellation of bail from any court, we cannot arrest them.
As terrorists, you mean?
Sir, as pronounced by the president, kasi sir, pag sinabi niyong as terrorists, are we filing another case of violation of human
Simply,
security?
it's a reversal. It's a
Cancellation of bail.
cancellation.
So sir, kung wala pang nakakancel na bail, hindi pa sila pwedeng arrestuhin, tama?
That is a legal procedure. We will refer to ES.
Okay, sir.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella. Kung gusto niyo pang tumagot ng isa, pakiabot yung microphone kay Rose.
Sige po. We will have one last question.
Sir, kasi ngayong umaga po ay may kumalat na text message na di umano'y may mga aktibidad na pinaplano yung mga pro-ouster po ni President Duterte sa anibersaryo po ng EDSA People Power One Revolution. At ang panawagan po nila ay alinsunod daw po dun sa mga nagaganap na extrajudicial killings at pagpapatalsik po kay Presidente Duterte. Ano po yung masasabi ng palasyo rito?
Marami pong balitang kumakalat na gano'n, so let us just proceed with lives normally. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella. Thank you, Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana. Thank you, Malacanang Press Corps. Back to our main studio sa Radyo ng Bayan at PTB4.